everybody. Monica here. You've tuned into the Monica Brant Show, and I'm so excited because I've been talking to all sorts of awesome people that are going to be at the Arnold Classic and that I will get to see in person just in a week. So I brought on someone last year who's actually living right near and working near the expo, and I actually had a chance to meet this guy years ago. He put me through some workouts, and I think we even did a photo shoot together where he kicked my butt during the photo shoot, and I've reconnected with him. And that's one of the things about the Arnold that I absolutely love. This is going to be my 21st year there, and it's so fun to get to reconnect with some of these people, meet new people, and reconnect. So this next guest, Adam Atkinson, has a great history with the Arnold and getting people leaned up and ready to roll. So I can't wait to talk to Adam. So let's see, Adam, Claudia.
Hey, good to see you.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for taking time, Adam. How are you?
Good. Always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. And it was so fun to just message you, and you're like, hey, and it just like felt like old times, just reconnecting.
That's still one of my favorite stories is, Rich coming into the back room of Beyond Limits, who knew I was a very avid fan of yours and said, Monica Brant's here to take your class. And I thought for sure he was joking with me. And, at that point, I think it was around 2014, when you really kind of influenced me and when I really first started noticing you. And unfortunately, I don't see it in your background there, but you were on the cover of Iron Man with Jonathan Lawson. I'm not sure if you remember him. Aside from Mike O'Hearn, Jonathan was like one of my favorite physiques, like big, but not too overdone. And I remember you being on the cover and you just kind of like stuck in my head from that point on. And I just started seeing you everywhere. I'm sure I'd seen you multiple times before then with all the magazine covers, but it was exciting to, see you in person after that.
Thank you so much. I'm thinking that one, I think I had a lime green suit on.
I think it was like bright yellow, but yes, probably may have showed up as yellow in the photo, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was more of a glute shot.
Yep. Those were cool back then. Is what people forget is Instagram kind of is the new, I guess face of the industry. But back then you had to buy the magazines and, you had to get the exposure, and that's how you saw what was going on. That's how you saw show results and everything else.
I know, right? It was the news. It was the news, right?
It really was.
So cool. Yeah. Well, I remember taking your class, and then was it the next year or did I come back that same time and do the photo shoot when you helped me with the photo shoot?
I believe it was the same year, or the next year. And then after that, you had hosted Fem Camp and had me as one of the trainers to help out there.
That's right. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, what year was that?
I want to say that was 13 because you were competing and I was competing. It's the only proof photo that I have of me being in really good shape next to you.
Oh my gosh, that's fun. So many great memories. And it's like, this is one of the things I love about the Arnold is just kind of reconnecting with people and kind of seeing what everybody's doing now. And that's really what this, getting together here prior to the Arnold was all about, was just reconnecting and then finding out, what have you got going on at the Arnold? Because it sounds like you've got a crew of athletes getting ready to get on stage.
Yeah. So it's kind of a smaller year for the Arnold. The announcements were made a little late, but I have 3 competitors in the amateur. And then I'll be at the core nutritionals booth here and there as well. So I don't have my exact times yet, but you'll see me at the amateur, the pro finals, and obviously at the core nutritionals booth.
Wonderful. And then are your clients, do they live in Ohio or are they in other locations?
Yeah, so one's coming from Chicago and one's from Youngstown, Ohio. And the other client of mine's an in-person client who lives in Columbus, close to me.
Okay. And then what events are they in?
So my client in Columbus is men's physique. My client in Youngstown is Classic Physique, and then Christiana is doing bikini.
Oh, wow. So really different. And which is your favorite to train, or do you have a favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. All of my athletes are so individually different. Christiana actually came off from a 4 or 5 year hiatus from working with me to having 2 children and now getting back on stage. So that's super cool. She had a really good national run with me. Erin is a newer client of mine. So we're exploring and learning a lot this prep. Everything is a slight trial since we've never worked together. And then Cody has worked with me. This will be his 3rd prep. And I would say it's just really smooth. We've not had any time off, and we kind of know what to expect a little bit more.
That's awesome. Well, super fun. And then you said you have your own facility now, because I know when we were working together before, you were at Rich's place. So you have your own place now.
Yeah, so Rich's place is still on Long Street, still a wonderful gym. I just went more of a private studio, so I just work from home, and it's kind of like an invite gym where people are in town. They can come meet me on like a smaller level. So it's nice to be able to have access to all the squat racks I want, which I have 3 in my own gym. So
Wow.
yeah, it's it's a really great open place to train, and it's just nice to have your own space. I'm sure, as you know, when you went out for the track workouts, that felt like your own space, right? Versus when you're in the gym.
I'm so big about having the track to myself when I'm there. I'm like, I'm kind of a track snob. Like, you're ruining my track experience if you're.
Well, that's one thing I always notice about influencers when they are doing track workouts like you. My client, 𝗬𝗁cie_𝘂𝘂𝗯𝗲, old client Casey, used to always do track workouts, which always reminded me of you coincidentally. And I was like, she's never fighting for bleachers or a lane, or most of my track athletes are out there by themselves if they choose to do their cardio on a track, which is kind of nice.
Well, it is. And, I know it's harder nowadays to actually get on a track. So I remember when I was competing in track and traveling a lot, it was really hard. I was like having to go to find tracks, online and get in touch with the coaches. And, I have to say though, between the universities that I contacted and the high schools I contacted all over the states when I would travel, all of them let me on the track. All of them made exceptions for me and a way for me to get on. And it was really awesome experience, while I was running. But, it is a harder thing, especially now. I'm so thankful I have a high school that's not too far away from where I live. And I literally can go there during the day when school's going on. And I don't know if just all the teachers because I knew the football coaches that were there originally. And they all just kind of got to know me. And I was like this, old lady out there, I say old lady because, I'm 50, but it was like, I was out there running and, maybe they just thought, it's good for the kids to see an older person actually sprinting and, doing something efficient. So, but when the kids would come out during their break or something and they just plod around down the track, and I was like, get off the track. But then I'm like, oh, it's school. So they actually have a right to be here, not me.
Yeah, so a lot of schools started upgrading their facilities to either sponge or I call it like recycled tire tracks. A lot of schools did start chaining off the fences, and it was harder to get on them.
Yeah, this one has a gate that's usually open, and if it is locked, I can go around like the tennis courts and get on the track easily. It's just most people don't think that they can do that, so they don't. But I've been blessed to still be able to get on that track and be able to work out. But yeah, most of them are chained off now. So back to the Arnold. Now you said Core Nutrition. Is that where you're going to be?
Yeah, Core Nutritionals.
Okay. Is that a supplement line?
Yeah, so they're a sponsor of mine. I think, way back in the day, I had my own and we retired it. It's just a lot to manage when you're managing athletes. Mm-hmm. And when Core had reached out to me, I still had mine going. But I'd been offered many times, but my values never aligned. and core is very, very health and science oriented. And I said, this is the perfect opportunity that I've kind of been waiting for. So we shut my line down and I joined with them. I just asked permission to sell off like what I had left.
Cool. And then you have a hashtag. Is it see you later lean?
See you later, leaner. Yeah.
See you later, leaner. I like that.
Yeah, it was my brand name was essentially a pun. I used to tell athletes when they would leave, they would say "see you later," and I would say "leaner." And when teams started getting popular, which when you competed, there were no teams. You just worked with somebody, and it's changed so much. So I was still coaching as teams became a thing, and someone was like, "You need a team name," and I thought, well, that's silly. Well, they offered to do a t-shirt design for me. So I said, how about we call it "See You Later, Leaner"? And little did I know that would be kind of such a big deal or a recognized brand in fitness.
Oh, it's what everybody wants, right? And it's just kind of fun. And it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, that's cool. How long have you been coaching now, Adam?
I started coaching in 2002. I started at YMCA, and then I worked with power lifters as well for a while. That got a little bit boring after a bit, and I actually like the subjectivity of competing. I feel like it always keeps me guessing, and that's what some people hate about competing, but I actually like it. It's like figuring out a puzzle.
That's interesting. I've never heard anybody say that. I've heard a lot of people just say, well, it's a subjective sport. You take it or leave it, right? But I've never heard someone say they actually like that part of it. So that's really interesting to me. And I think that's a neat trait to have because you kind of need to like it or at least appreciate it, I guess.
It leaves a lot to wonder. I mean, you compete at such a high level. You never went in knowing you were going to win, right? How exciting is that?
Yeah, right. Do I have it all together? Did I do everything I could do? I was talking to my goddaughter the other day, and she's in track, and she was kind of complaining about this or that, not being on the team she wants to be on. And I looked at it, and I'm like, can you tell me 100% you've done everything you could do to ace all of your workouts and be a team player and show up ready to work and work hard for your coach? Or if you just kind of made it, and she's like, yeah. And I said, well, if you haven't, then you can't complain. Don't complain. Right. So same kind of thing, right? We got to show up and put our best foot forward and know that we've done everything that we can to bring the best package, if that's the right word still. Is there another word for what people say? They still say, bring in my package.
Yeah, no, they still say that. So yeah, that's pretty common.
I'm gonna put the best package on I can.
Yep. Yeah. Bring your best physique to date is another one that they'll say.
Awesome. Well, so fun. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers on this? And
I'm excited to meet everyone, make more connections and network. So
how many years has it been for you for the Arnold now?
I started going in 2002 when I first started coaching. I think I've been to pretty much every year except for maybe 2 in that time frame. I actually went 2020 and 2021, even though there was no expo, but still a great time.
Awesome. And I just think it's kind of funny you said that you were training powerlifters and it got a little boring.
Yeah, and nothing against, I still highly respect those athletes. For me, it was just, same commands, fix a weakness, and then it's still the same weakness once the weight gets heavier. So you're kind of always working on the same thing. I feel like physique sport gives me a little bit more variety, which I like, and the sense of wonder, which I like.
You sound like a scientist.
It's a very scientific based sport.
That's right. And then you've been on stage, right? At some point?
Yeah, my last show was the last Fem Camp that we did. I did 2 shows that year. Best is second place still to this day. I never actually won. And, it was just size for me, get bigger. And my last show, I was coaching a group of athletes, and I actually just felt like I was abandoning my athletes when I went on stage, even though they applauded me and said I did great, and they felt like they got good service from me. But it kind of took my personal fun out of it, and I was more worried about my athletes than myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I know there's a lot of competitors who go and sometimes are competing and then have athletes. It makes it really tough to juggle that. I know talking to Whitney Jones, you know, the current IFBB Olympia champion, and she's like, I'm just coming to the Arnold and I've just got clients. So she's like, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it was not long after that, one of my clients had placed third at the Arnold too in bikini. And at that time, I was slightly considering doing it again. And I thought, wow, I mean, I need to be taking this girl to nationals. It needs to be all about her and not me right now.
Well, you've got a heart for others and you're good at what you do. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. It's just right around the corner. So thank you so much. And oh, let's see, you have a website. What's your website? I think maybe Claudia.
It's just 𝗬𝗬𝗀𝗄𝗯𝗲. And you can also go to just my Instagram, which is 𝗬𝗬𝗀𝗄𝗯𝗲.
Okay. And then the diet doc, is that just
yeah, so that's who I'm licensed through. If you go there, you'll meet my mentor, Dr. 𝗬𝗬𝗂𝗁𝗃𝗍𝒑, and he's amazing. You can actually learn to coach through the diet doc. So he still mentors people. So if there's anyone I want to thank, absolutely Joe was a huge foundation in accelerating my career and learning about the science of contest prep.
Wow. Well, that certainly is a science. That's cool. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for coming on, Adam. I appreciate your time here and have a great rest of your night and prepping your clients for another week.
You're welcome. We'll see you next week.
See you soon. Okay. Bye, Adam.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. Monica here. Just wanted to thank you so much for watching the Monica Brant Show. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share these videos. And oh yeah, and that little bell notification, don't forget to click that so you'll get more great content every time there's a show uploaded or a video or anything else. So you guys, thank you so much for your support. And as always, stay fit and love life.